Thank you for browsing page 121. Today we're going to jump into the Monstrous Compendium. This is the volume 2 set. These the old 3-ring binders that they did in the early to mid 90s for D&D. We're going to a particularly frightening appendix, Ravenloft. And let's see what marker I've got. There we are. My buddy Strahd von Zarovich for a Spellfire card. And this is just going to be a thumb through to take a look at the monsters we got in the Ravenloft set. I liked Ravenloft a lot. I just took a look at the boxed set a couple of days ago, or maybe even yesterday, depending on when I post these videos. But I thought, let's go through some of the Monstrous Compendium on Ravenloft itself. Now, I am also doing this in prep for one of my games, but we'll just go through this and see what we have. So there's the Ravenloft Appendix from TSR, and this guy was published in 1991, so hard on the heels of the boxed set for Ravenloft, we got this set. And then we have an explanation of how to use it. I liked this set a lot. I didn't buy it when they were brand new, but I bought them all off the stands as they were being closed out. I just went around and I snapped up pretty much everything I got my hands on. I got nearly all of it. But here's how to do encounters in Ravenloft, and then encounter tables, and then our first monster, the Bestellus. Haunting undead creature. And then we have the Ravenloft Bat. I've used these in many games. We have the Bowling. This is another undead. The Sailor's Demise. It's a strange, dreadful spirit that haunts ocean-going vessels. We have the Broken Ones, which are animal men that are the tragic survivors of scientific and magical experiments gone awry. So, kind of Dr. Moreau. The Bussengeist. A spectral form of someone who died in a great calamity brought on by their own action or inaction. So you could have stopped that dam from breaking if you'd reported it earlier. You didn't. You were killed. Now you have to hang around as a Bussengeist. A Darkling. This is a Vistani member who's been cast out from his people. He becomes a form of undead. The Doom Guard. I like these guys. I've used them a lot. They're basically animated suits of armor. Big theme of mine in early D&D. I had an animated suit of armor that the players named Gort from the day the earth stood still. Gort Klaatu Baratus Nikto. Yep, Gort the empty suit of armor. We have a doppelganger plant. And then we have elementals of Ravenloft. So an elemental that's summoned into the lands of dread gets corrupted and becomes one of these things. So we have different ones. We have Pyre, Blood, Mist, and Grave Elemental. I love these. I've used these on many times. I used a Grave Elemental in a Valpurgis game quite a few years ago, but I was able to take care of a couple player characters with that. And then we have the Mordinug, that's hard to say, dark and evil people found almost exclusively in Borka. Here they are, elite agents who serve Ivana Barista, the ruler of the Dread Realm. Then we have a Ghoul Lord. Ghoul Lords are cool. They got 6 hit dice. If you want to kick them up a few more dice, you can make them quite a challenge for the players. And then we have Goblin with a Y. Goblins are in a lot of Ravenloft. And then we have Ravenloft Golems, general information. And I've used several of these. So we have the Bone and Dowel Golems, and the Gargoyle Golem and the Glass. I've used both of these. These can be pretty devastating. Mechanical and a Zombie. And then we have a Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper as in the Grim Reaper. It's a creature from the negative material plane that appears only in Ravenloft. It's a death spirit. We have an Imp Assassin. It's an interesting one. We have an Impersonator. It's a strange form of life that lurks in swamps, waiting for the chance to drain the blood of a living creature. And then it appears, and then we have the Werebat, Lycanthrope, and the Were-Raven. We have Men, Aber-Nomads. We have the Lost Ones and Madmen. And the Mist Horror. I like Mist Horrors. You can do a lot with these things. They're kind of like Will-O-Wisp meets Anger. Greater Mummy. Yes, I've used lots of Greater Mummies over the years. The Quivari, They look like normal humans. They're friendly and helpful people, go about their lives. Their true nature is revealed only in 3 nights of the full moon. So the waxing, full, and waning, when they become foul creatures of the night. The old Werewolf by Night comic book, the werewolf changed 3 nights of the month. The waxing, full moon, and the waning full moon. Then we have a quickwood, which is a form of corrupted oak. Ravenkin. Reavers. Looks a lot like the creature from the Black Lagoon to me. Ravenloft Scarecrow. I just took a look at Scarecrow not too long ago on my channel. Shadow Fiend. A giant skeleton. These guys are a lot of fun. They'll give you a good medium level party combat. Strahd's Skeletal Steeds. Magically animated undead horses. An evil treant. An undead treant, which is really cool. A Valpergeist. It's a hanged man. Is an undead creature that is sometimes manifested when an innocent man or woman is wrongly hanged for a crime. The Dwarven Vampire. I think I took a look at him a year or two ago. The Elven Vampire, I know I took a look at. The Gnome Vampire. The Halfling Vampire. And the Kender Vampire. Kender are these happy-go-lucky, wonderful, joyous halflings from Dragonlance, but when they become nasty vampires, they're really scary. A Vampire, that's how I pronounce it, I know it's still be vampire. It's a foul creature that, much like the feared Nosferatu, exists in the blood of its victims. Unlike the Nosferatu or its vampire cousins, however, it's not undead. And then we have a Red Widow, and a Greater Wolfware, and a Zombie Lord. So there you have it. And then I'm starting the Oriental Adventures section. So that's what you got when you bought the Ravenloft pack. I think it was $12. I'm not positive. I got it on a great discount. I remember I got a bunch of these for about $5 each. In fact, I get this core set, the volume 2 3-ring binder, I got for about $10 on closeout. These are really nice. They are for 2nd edition, but they're very complete write-ups of all the various monsters and can really add a lot of depth to various encounters. So while I still use all of my 1st edition books, I will very often cross-reference with the 2nd edition write-ups on the monsters. But that's all I've got today on page 121. I hope you liked this scary little look through the Monstrous Compendium for Ravenloft. Please leave comments below. Let me know what you thought. Tell your friends. Let's keep growing the channel. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. But that's all I've got today on page 121. Thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.